Hey, hey, hey. Time for another Out of This World story from rSpace. Turns out when you encourage your wife to socialize, she may take it as a license to enroll in Cheating 101. Today on rSpace, when OP told his wife to get out more, he didn't mean out of their marriage. My wife is cheating on me. I'm just here to vent my frustrations and scream into the void about my current situation. I can't talk to anyone in my personal life about this. My wife is cheating on me. My wife is cheating, and she has been for the past 2 months. I just don't understand. I don't even know where to start to begin to understand. We have a beautiful home, stable careers, we're not financially struggling, no drug or alcohol abuse, we attend therapy together. Our daughter is healthy, perfect. Our 6-year wedding anniversary is 3 months from tomorrow. We've been together 11 years. I have spent the last 2 days examining everything about us under a microscope, trying to find a crack. Where I went wrong? When did she become unhappy? When did this life, our life, become unsatisfactory for her? For her to step outside of our marriage with some random guy she met on Facebook. For her to throw her family away. I just don't understand. I found out on Monday, completely by chance. My daughter's tablet was dead. I grabbed my wife's iPad so she could watch her nighttime videos and go to sleep. Wife isn't home right now. She's on a trip and won't be back for another 4 days. I keep hearing message notifications dinging on her iPad while my daughter has it, so I took it to turn it on silent, only to see a man's name I didn't recognize with a little winky face next to it. I went through everything. They've done it all. Met up, spent the night together, went on dates. They even have a romantic cruise planned for next month. The same cruise she told me was a bachelorette trip with one of her friends. All of these things outings that I encouraged. She told me they were with friends. I encouraged her. I was so proud she was getting out there and becoming more social, since she expressed motherhood made her feel like a recluse. And after digging a little deeper, all of these new friends she's been out with don't even exist. All lies. They're all characters she's created to continue her relationship with this man. I feel like a complete idiot. I never second-guessed a lie she fed me. I gave her 100% trust. We've been doing couples therapy for a year. We communicate. We go on dates. We get each other gifts. Our sex life was great. I never, not even for a second, would have suspected this. I don't know how to confront her with this. I don't want this. I don't want to split up our home. But I know that this isn't something therapy can fix. I know myself well enough to know I'll never be able to trust her again. Do I just let go? Let her go be with this man who clearly makes her happier than I can. My entire existence is intertwined with her. How do I even begin to untangle that and separate? I have 4 more days to sit and overthink this. I genuinely don't know what to do. Let's see what the community thinks. First up, you have 4 days for a lawyer to draw up your divorce papers. At least have them ready and show them to her. Doesn't mean you have to follow through, but be ready to kick her to the curb. The OP replies, "Thank you for the advice. Calling a lawyer tomorrow." The next person says, "Also, look this guy up on Facebook and see if he is married or in a relationship. If he is, then get his significant other's Facebook and send her the evidence you have from your wife's iPad the moment she walks through the door. Then, sit your wife down and ask her which friend she's going to the cruise with again. When she says, whatever fake name, stop her and say, 'Don't you mean with guy's name?' And hand her printouts of the entire conversation as well as the divorce papers. Hopefully, you live in an at-fault state so she gets nothing in the divorce. Oh, and make sure the divorce papers are already have custody arrangements worked out for your child." The classic, my wife is on a cruise with a Facebook rando scenario. Looks like she's been sailing on the ship of deception while you were just busy paddling the canoe of trust. So you're left with holding her iPad, not quite the magic lamp you hoped for, revealing a genie of infidelity instead. It's ironic, isn't it? Encouraging her to socialize only to find out she's been socializing a bit too much with Captain Wink emoji. Here's the thing, OP. You're about to graduate from Couples Therapy 101 to Advanced Divorce Prep. Start by collecting all the evidence and, maybe prepare a surprise party for her, complete with divorce papers and printouts of her digital love letters. The look on her face? Priceless. You've got 4 days to ponder your next move. Maybe you can make a game out of it. Update. I posted here almost a month ago venting my frustrations about discovering my wife's affair, and I received a magnitude of comments and messages filled with advice and kind words. For that, I thank everyone who took the time to comment or write me, and I'm sorry for anyone who related to my situation. I'm here with somewhat of an update, but mostly more venting. My life is upside down, and it feels good to get it all out somewhere. Sorry if a lot of this is ranting, and sorry for the length. After making my post, I took the advice of everyone and gathered up all evidence and contacted lawyers in my area. I found a really great one and went ahead and started on divorce papers before my wife got home. I also got tested for any STIs and told my parents' best friend about the situation. I took my daughter to my parents so I could have the alone time to mentally prepare myself to face my wife with this discovery. I rage cleaned a lot. I cried a lot for those last 2 days before she got back. I packed some of her stuff, but then unpacked it and cried more. I had it planned to lay out all the screenshots along with divorce papers on her dining room table and just sit and wait for her, but I didn't get the chance to do that. She was supposed to come home later in the afternoon on Sunday, but she ended up getting back around 6:30 that morning. She didn't call or text in hopes of surprising me. I was up drinking coffee, and you guessed it, crying when she walked into the house. I didn't greet her. I just went and got the folder of evidence and divorce papers and gave them to her. I don't remember anything she said that day, but I just said I knew. I wanted a divorce, and I would keep the house as it was in my name solely. It hurt a lot. I wanted to hug her, but also scream at her. Lots of tears from her, lots of yelling at me. I didn't say anything. I told her we could discuss it at length with lawyers present once she accepted the situation and calmed down. I think someone called it gray wall in the comments on my last post. Not entirely sure, but I tried my best to do that and not show emotion or argue with her. It was really hard. Hardest thing I hope I'll ever have to do. She betrayed me, but I still felt awful making her cry. She left that day with some clothes and personal belongings and went to her parents, and my parents and best friends came to stay with me and my daughter. I had my lawyer arrange a meeting between us to discuss custody, belongings, money, everything else, that following Tuesday. Well, Monday I got a call from my clinic to come in to review the results of STI tests, and as it turns out, her parting gift to me was HSV2. I cannot describe in words how angry, sad, shattered I am. I'm still accepting it. I don't think I have yet, but I'm working on it. I know it's common, very common. It's not going to kill me, but it doesn't make it suck any less. I joined a support group on Facebook. Those people are great. Going into Tuesday with that knowledge was awful. I felt so much shame bringing that up in front of not only her, but both of our lawyers. I knew if I tried to discuss it with her privately, it wouldn't go well, and with the amount of anger and sadness I had in my system. She never apologized. She was a different person that day. I felt like I was looking into the eyes of a complete stranger. No emotion whatsoever. Divorce-wise, everything is cut and dry. We separated finance. The house is mine. We're just waiting in the 90 days for it to finalize. There were no objections on her end but one. She wants to terminate her parental rights over our daughter. I say wants. She is terminating rights, at least trying to. She doesn't want her anymore. Our daughter. Our baby. I was effing blindsided. I'm still blindsided. My daughter is 1, but she loves her mama. Mama was her first word. She is 1. It's been 3 weeks, and the pain I have felt, the pain for my daughter, for my family, has been indescribable. I don't know who she is anymore. I don't know what changed or when it changed, but it terrifies me. I feel like my entire life was pulled out from under me. I haven't talked to her, per lawyer's advice and my own fear of what I would say. She hasn't seen our daughter. She told me that day she didn't want to. She didn't want any pictures from our home, any memories, just her clothes and electronics. I don't understand any of it. I don't think I ever will. We have to go to court for her to petition to terminate rights, and I don't want to look at her. I just can't accept this as reality right now, not after everything. I'm trying as hard as I possibly can to keep a positive outlook on everything and be strong for my family and my baby, but this has been so hard. I hope a year from now I can look back and say, I survived that. But right now, it feels impossible to even see next week. I'm not suicidal, so don't take it as that. I'm just emotionally, mentally, physically demolished. Absolutely demolished. Now a quick thought from the community. Your soon-to-be ex is deep in the affair fog. It is horrible to read that she doesn't want your daughter. Obviously, she cannot be bothered with her in this period of her life. She's in the way of her relation with a affair partner. This is gut-wrenching to read. She will regret this the rest of her life, but does not know this yet. You're doing great. Finalize all the legal stuff before the affair fog lifts, and find support with your relatives and friends. Stay strong. So she comes home early, probably thinking she'll surprise you with a cheerful, "Honey, I'm home," but instead walks into the ambush of reality. You, the unsuspecting barista, serving up a hot cup of I know everything with a side of divorce papers. That's one way to start the morning. And just when you think the plot can't get thicker, your clinic calls with a parting gift from your soon-to-be ex, HSV2. It's like the cherry on top of the world's worst Sunday. You might not die from it, but it's certainly not on anyone's bucket list. Fast forward to the lawyer showdown. You walk in with your newfound diagnosis, probably feeling like a contestant on a twisted game show. And then the bombshell. She wants to terminate parental rights. Seriously, this woman is treating motherhood like an unwanted gym membership. Just when you think you've seen the worst, she decides parenting is too much of a hassle. Update. This is a happy update. Hi there. For anyone who has messaged me and the loads of comments I have received regarding my past venting on this account, apologies first off. I genuinely kind of forgot I had it. Not much of a Reddit guy, but I've been getting into TikTok lately and saw a video about a super depressing Reddit story and remembered my own super depressing Reddit story. It's been around 8-ish months since I posted here about my upside down situation, and a lot of people have messaged me in that time wanting to know how I was and what unfolded, and I really appreciate you strangers for all the kind messages. It genuinely means a lot, and I'm sorry I haven't replied or anything. My life has been such a whirlwind these past few months. It's hard to believe that was long ago. To sum up the sad stuff, first off, my divorce was finalized without any hiccups or holdups. I'm still in the works of trying to sell our old house, but in the meantime, we've moved to a new state. My ex is still in the process of petitioning for termination of parental rights. I've only seen her 3 times since moving, and it has been to fly out for court. I was granted temporary full custody in the process, per her request and suggestion, and she was not mandated at any visitation or has denied any offer of it. She has not seen my daughter in 7 months. She has requested not to. I don't know what else she's been up to or if she is still with her boyfriend or not. Since the divorce, it has been in best interest of my mental health to keep the contact as minimal as possible, and she has done the same. I have offered many chances for her to visit with my daughter, whether it be video call or flying out, and before we moved I asked weekly, but it was always no. Her parents still video call with my daughter, and we're hoping they can fly out over the summer and spend some time with her. They've been cut off by my ex as well. I'm not sure what changed, but I can't change it back, and I'm accepting it mostly. I wish her well in all her future endeavors. Now for the happy stuff that has happened. Firstly, I'm a proud Arizonan now. Never saw myself moving here, but we have loved it so far. My parents packed up and came with us, and I don't think I've ever seen them so happy. My daughter is doing amazing. She will be 2 years old in July, and she is the smartest, funniest toddler I've ever met. She knows her ABCs, can count to 20 without help, loves animals and bugs especially. She thinks farts and a cow mooing are the definition of comedy, and she doesn't know this, but she has been my biggest motivator to heal from this whole ordeal and be my best self. Like, I genuinely don't know how I helped make such an awesome kid. The more her personality grows, the more in awe I am of just how cool she is. I could talk for days about her, so I'll cap it here before this ends up being a Harry Potter length post. As for myself, I'm in therapy and have been throughout these 8 months, and I'm in a much better headspace. I'm working on getting back on top of my health, as I did put on about 30 stress pounds. I'll get there eventually, but I'm not sweating it too much. I have not dated or tried to. I don't think I will anytime soon. I've adjusted to being a single parent pretty okay for the most part. I credit that to my family and friends more than anything because they've been a huge support system throughout this. There are still really hard moments that have happened, and I know there are more to come, but I will roll with it just as I have this and hope to come out on top. This is not the end of the world for me, even if it feels or felt like it in the moment. The sun will rise tomorrow, birds will chirp, and all will be well. Thanks to my therapist for that. Those 2 sentences have helped me immensely. Sorry this ended up being so long. I should really pick up journaling, maybe a blog or something. But thank you again for everyone who took the time to give me advice in the hardest time of my life. And thanks again if you read this. I genuinely appreciate it. One quick community comment. It's hard to imagine a mom never wanting to see her baby again. Something must have broken inside of your ex, and she will regret it immensely when she wakes up from the fog one day. It's great that you have wonderful parents who are with you and support you. Children grow up fast, so enjoy every moment with her. It is good to hear that you're doing well. Wish you all the best in your future endeavors. So your ex is still on her I'm too cool for motherhood tour. Only seen her 3 times in 8 months? It's like she's doing a disappearing act. I imagine her lawyers have frequent flyer miles from all the court visits. But hey, at least you've got full custody for your amazing little one. She's counting to 20, cracking up at farts, and proving daily that genetics are truly a wild card. Moving to Arizona was quite the plot twist. Never thought you'd end up there, did you? But it sounds like you're thriving under the desert sun. Living your best life with supportive parents and a toddler who thinks cow moos are peak comedy. Talk about finding joy in the little things. Therapy? Check. Dropped 30 stress pounds? Okay, maybe that's still on the to-do list, but who cares? You're rocking that single parent life like it's your new superpower. Not dating? Totally understandable. After the emotional roller coaster you've been on, you deserve a break from the romantic chaos. How would you have handled this? Let us know in the comments below. And thank you for joining us today on rSpace. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Until next time.